Yes, you read that right. I'm switching back and forth ABXY. Who would have thought of a day? The action keys are no longer soldered to the board. Instead, like Lego modules, they are equipped with slide rails to fluctuate and click. In just 1 second, ABXY characters instantly complete cross-platform personality splits. The handle I have in my hand is a Kirin added by HKRI, and the handle brand is not familiar. It doesn't matter, but he feels that the unicorn must have something. Let's take a look at the packaging first. In addition to the handle body, there is also a Type-C cable manual, a replacement disc D-pad, and the 2.4G receiver hidden in the handle. The handle has white powder, 2 color schemes. If the pure white color scheme is cold and restrained, that macho fan is a romantic and unrestrained type. ABXY is transparent and achieves a spherical effect. It looks bigger and deeper. It's quite interesting. The handle comes with a floating cross key, square. There is a turbo button at the bottom of the front of the directional disc. On the back is the double-cut trigger wave key, mode switch key, and a row of charging contacts as well. 2 small back keys step towards the arrow keys. Take down the magnetic transparent shell. There is a unique cave on this layer inside. The first is the receiver storage compartment. From the outside, I didn't find the receiver inside. Not only prevents still ash, it can also reduce the way of loss. The fluctuation on the right is the secret weapon for switching ABXY characters. Both ends also intimately made Xbox and Switch logos. What do the students think of this design? Is it both creative and practical? In fact, from the top of the handle, the gap is a bit big. If you optimize it, the appearance of the 70 is perfect. Let's try the feel again. The weight after removing the receiver is about 265 g. This weight is relatively moderate. It has a heavy texture, and it doesn't crush your wrists. I made the laser sunburn on the back quite dense. There are also anti-slip pattern action buttons on the trigger and shoulder. The soft and glutinous rebound is obvious, but you can hear a little cavity sound, and the arrow keys feel good. Pressing is very labor-saving. The trigger is fast and the feedback is clear. Gradually, the feel should be crisper. The establishment is very even. The trigger is a true double-cut trigger. The short trigger is micro-acting, segment. The drop feeling is obviously long, the trigger formation is long, and the damping feeling is relatively moderate. The back key may be because the area is small, and the angle is a bit flat. It doesn't feel particularly good. Press, but the sound control is still good. In general, the Kirin handle is quite textured to hold. Most of the keys are also comfortable to the touch, but there is still room for improvement like the back button. Let's take a look at the tuning arrow keys at the algorithm level. There is no phenomenon of keying. The wrong move is also accurate. The long trigger supports 256 levels of linear change, and it is a step-by-step change. There is a certain distance between the front and back to avoid accidentally touching the range of the void. You can also adjust it in the software. The joystick has a center point by default, and it can be added by FN. The joystick presses down to quickly switch to 0 death mode. But the bad news is that, after the adjustment, there are also deaths. Don't worry. There is also good news. The next firmware version will already be sure to fix this issue. 4 hands in 1 joystick. It is indeed possible to adjust the centerless electron to the outer ring. Pure circular adjustment is adopted. Draw a circle roughly. In wired mode and 2.4G receiver mode around 0.4%, the joystick can easily produce a return rate of more than 1000 Hz. The grip can adjust the vibration of 5 gears, and the default is 3 medium gears. This vibration force is just the right vibration, and the difference between the left and right vibration is obvious. The vibration is relatively soft. The handle also has a trigger. The vibration is indeed possible. The functions are all on. There are 3 modes of vibration which can be adjusted by FN plus trigger. Judging from the test data, the Kirin controller is not bad in terms of joystick return rate vibration. Especially supports Bluetooth, wired, 2.4 level acceptor, SANMO connection. Supports multiple platforms such as PC, mobile phone, Switch, TV, etc. With the blessing of ABXY character physics interchange, the experience of switching between devices to play games has improved more than a little. Hardware and solutions are definitely more intuitive than software mapping. It's more convenient to play a few more games. Feel it. The joysticks with a 1000 Hz return rate when playing Apex are very silky. The short trigger is comparable to the mechanical keyboard design, and the action responds instantly. Play Horizon 50. The first trigger is so delicate that it can sense the depth of every section of the throttle. When driving on gravel roads, the vibration given by the trigger is also more delicate. It is as if holding the steering wheel and slightly crushing it on the sand and gravel. In addition, handle support 6. The hand feels silky on the solid side. Motion capture is also quite sensitive. Overall, there are no major problems in terms of practical use. It is a handle that is easy to use and easy to use. Unfortunately, the software uses a third-party clinker, although it has been rebuilt. Basic functions such as joystick effective zone, trigger sequence, and motor vibration are all adjustable, but it's certainly not as detailed as native software. Higher fit. In fact, I feel that the handles are generally very good when I measured it here. But what I didn't expect was that there were surprises after dismantling. The host piece is conductive glue. The D-pad is a mechanical switch with a layer of conductive glue. No wonder the feel and sound are very comfortable. The rocker is a Holtz induction rocker trigger. The motor is a twist motor. The double-cut trigger is a bit interesting. There is a sense of fluctuation here, and the micro button will come out when it fluctuates. And made the thread, this design is quite interesting. I haven't seen it before. The battery is a large capacity of 1,200 mAh. Theoretically, there is no problem playing for 8 or 9 hours in a row. There is also a battery compartment. In addition, the connection between the grip motor battery and the PCB version is connected by socket. The motherboard is also neatly made. The inside is really good, still quite unexpected. Finally, to summarize the handle, from appearance to performance, it belongs to the upper middle level of 1000 Hz. Sense of return rate ABXY character 1 second switch double cut trigger and trigger. The motor is its highlight, especially some innovative designs. Can be seen that the brand is putting a lot of effort into making products. However, some buttons feel embedded and software. There is indeed room for improvement. But when its preferential price of 178 yuan was shown, isn't it still quite attractive? Do you feel that the 70 handle is like the honey-blooded ice city of the handle world? You can say that it is not noble enough, but it must not be said that it is not fragrant.